Hi students, this is Viswanath, Chemistry faculty for NEET and IIT exams. In last class we completed electrochemistry, next one chemical kinetics. From this chapter in NEET exam 2 questions will come. So this chapter weightage is 8 marks. In this you have to learn these topics. Those are rate of reaction, instantaneous rate, factors affecting rate of reaction, rate constant, and units and characteristics of rate constant. Next one, rate law, order of reaction, zero order, first order, second, third order reactions and their examples. By giving a particular reaction, what is the order of the reaction, like this they will ask in the exam. Next, molecularity of reaction, difference between order and molecularity, collision theory of chemical reactions, temperature dependence of rate of reaction, concept of activation energy, finally Arrhenius equation. So these are the theory topics you have to learn from this chapter, and numericals also will come from this chapter. Those are numericals from chemical kinetics chapter, rate of reaction, order of reaction. In this, zero order, first order and half-lives of zero order, first order numericals will come. And finally, Arrhenius equation related numericals will come in the exam. Now, see this. In this chapter, first one is rate of reaction. Rate of reaction, I am telling briefly. Already you learned this one. Rate of reaction means the change in the concentration of the reactants or products with time is called rate of reaction, or with time the concentration of the reactants is decreased and concentration of the products is increased. So in terms of concentration of reactants and products, we can define this rate of reaction. The decrease in the concentration of the reactants or increase in the concentration of the products per unit time is called rate of reaction. For this, expression is this one, minus delta concentration of the reactants divided by delta T equal to plus delta concentration of the products divided by delta T. Here minus sign indicates decrease in the concentration, plus sign indicates increase in the concentration of the products. Now this rate of reaction is also called average rate, because in this rate of reaction we calculate change in the concentration of the reactants or products in a particular interval of time. So we can say this is also called average rate. Average rate equal to x2 minus x1 by t2 minus t1. See this, if we take a graph between concentration of the reactants and time, concentration of the reactants on x-axis and time on y-axis, we can get this type of curve. For this, if we draw tangents at x1 concentration and time is t1, at t2 time concentration is x2. Okay, see this. Initially very high concentration, with the time, with increase of time, gradually concentration of the reactants is decreased. So here x1 is higher value and x2 is lower value. Now substitute these values, then we can get average rate. Next one is instantaneous rate of reaction. Instantaneous rate of reaction means if delta T approaches 0, then average rate becomes instantaneous rate. See this one, this delta T approaches 0, its value is very less and reaching to 0 value. In that case, rate of reaction is called instantaneous rate of reaction. So limit delta T tends to 0, then we can say minus of delta concentration of the reactants divided by delta T equal to minus d derivative of reactants concentration divided by dt. Limit delta T tends to 0, delta concentration of the products divided by delta T, that equal to dp by dt. Here instantaneous rate equal to this one. This instantaneous rate we can define the rate of a reaction at a particular instant of time. That means, suppose a chemical reaction takes place in 20 minutes. In that duration, at 61th second, if we want rate of reaction at that particular instant of time, rate of reaction is called instantaneous rate of reaction. Or 72 second or 86th second, what is the rate of reaction? That is instantaneous rate of reaction. This instantaneous rate of reaction we can calculate from the graph. Now see this graph related to this. Concentration of the reactants is taken on y-axis and time t on x-axis. Then we can get this type of curve. To this curve, draw a tangent. This is tangent. To this tangent, if we draw a line which touches on the time axis at a particular instant of time. So this line, the slope of this tangent to this curve, we draw a line to this tangent. We are calculating slope. From that slope, we can get instantaneous rate of reaction at a particular instant of time. At this particular instant of time, the slope of this tangent gives instantaneous rate of reaction. Okay. Now see the question. If the one reaction is given, now how is the rate of appearance of bromine related to rate of disappearance of bromide ions? Here bromine is product side 3Br2 and bromide ion means reactant side 5Br minus. So how this bromine and Br minus, these two are related, we have to find out. So rate of reaction in terms of reactants and products, this is the expression. So decrease in the concentration, here we have to put minus. Decrease in the concentration of the bromate ion, that equal to minus 1/5 into decrease in the concentration of bromide ion. Here 1/5 means in the given equation bromide ion coefficient is 5. With respect to this reactant, if we want a rate of reaction, then we should divide with 5. Here also coefficient is 6. With respect to H plus ion, if we want rate of reaction, then also we should divide with 6. Now come to the products. 3Br2. With respect to Br2, bromine product, if we want rate of reaction, we should divide with 3. And with respect to H2O, if we want rate of reaction, then also we should divide with 3. So in terms of reactants and products, this is the rate of reaction. Now we have to find out rate of reaction in terms of bromine, that is this, and rate of disappearance of bromide ion, that is this. Say this, our required thing, a rate R equal to minus 1/5. We have to equalize these two. Bromide ion, rate of reaction in terms of bromide ion and rate of reaction in terms of bromine, we have to equalize. So we equalize these two. So rate of reaction in terms of bromine, that equal to minus 3/5 into decrease in the concentration of bromide ion. So this is our required thing for this question. Next, see the next one. Next thing is law of mass action. This law of mass action principle was proposed by Goldberg and Waggy. These two scientists proposed by observing various types of chemical reactions. See this. This law of mass action gives the relationship between rate of reaction and concentration of the reacting species, that is reactants. A general reaction AA plus BB gives rise to products. For this, reaction rate R is directly proportional to concentration of the reactant A raised to the power small a and concentration of the reactant B raised to the power small b. From this, we can write a reaction rate R equal to K into concentration of A raised to the power A into concentration of B raised to the power B. Let it be equation 1. Here a new term K is taken, it is called rate constant or velocity constant or specific reaction rate. Here equation 1 is called rate equation or rate law or differential rate equation or rate expression. So this equation is called rate equation or rate law or rate expression or differential rate equation. Suppose the concentration of reactant A and B, each one is 1 molar, then we can get R equal to K. So this K is called rate constant. This rate constant we can define the rate of reaction when the molar concentration of each reactant is unity or 1 mole per liter. This rate constant has a particular characteristics. These are important for multiple choice questions. Remember carefully. First one is rate of reaction depends on the value of rate constant and increases as the rate constant increases. So rate of reaction or this value depends on rate constant value. Rate constant increases, this rate of reaction also increases. Rate of reaction increases means speed of the reaction increases. So rate constant value is large, then that particular reaction speed is also high. Next, at a particular temperature, every reaction has a definite value of rate constant and changes with change in temperature. At a particular temperature, every reaction has a particular rate constant value. Definite value of rate constant is there. If we change temperature, then rate constant also changes. That means for the same reaction at low temperature, one rate constant value, at high temperature, another rate constant. Similarly, at low temperature, another rate constant value is there. Next, the value of rate constant is quite independent of concentration of the reactants. So whatever the concentrations of the reactants, whether increases or decreases, low or high, rate constant does not change. So rate constant is not depending on the concentration of the reactants. Next, the units of rate constant depend upon the nature of the reaction or upon the order of the reaction. Based on order of the reaction, the units of rate constant are calculated. Now, so these are the 4 characteristics of rate constant. Remember them. More chance to ask for multiple choice questions. Next, in case of reversible reaction, how this rate constant is there? Both the forward and backward reactions have different values of the rate constants. For forward reaction, Kf is the rate constant. Backward reaction, Kb is the rate constant. These two are not same. These two are different for reversible reaction. Keep it in mind. Next, rate law or rate expression. See the expression definition for this. It is given in the NCERT textbook. The expression in which rate of reaction is expressed in terms of molar concentrations of reactants raised to some powers which may or may not be equal to stoichiometric coefficients of the balanced chemical equation is called rate law or rate expression. Simply, the expression which describes the reaction rate in terms of molar concentrations of reactants as determined experimentally. That means based on the experimental result, rate of reaction is written in terms of molar concentrations, that is rate law. See this example, you can understand easily. For the reaction A plus B gives rise to products, rate law expression is rate equal to K into concentration of A into concentration of B whole square. If the volume of the vessel, okay, this is a rate law. That means see these coefficients in the stoichiometric coefficients 1, 1, but experimentally rate expression equal to concentration of reactant A and concentration of reactant B raised to power 2. It means stoichiometric coefficients 1, 1. Here powers are 1 and 2. These two are not equal. This rate expression is taken from experimental values. That's why this is rate law or rate expression. Now take the numerical related to this. For a general reaction, A plus B gives rise to products. Rate law is given. Volume of the vessel is reduced to 1/3 of its original value. Then what will be the effect of rate of reaction? Reaction mixture container volume is decreased to 1/3. Then what about speed of the reaction? See the answer. Initially rate R1 equal to K into given rate expression. By reducing volume to 1/3 of its original value, then concentration of reactants will become 3 times, because see this molarity M equal to number of moles divided by volume. Here volume changed to 1/3, that means V by 3. Then we can get molarity equal to 3 into N by V. So volume reduced to 1/3 means molarity concentration increases 3 times. Now new rate R2 equal to K into 3A into 3B whole square. So finally we can get R2 equal to 27 into R1. So reaction rate will become 27 times its initial rate. This type of numericals will come. We'll meet you in the next part.